I think that's a great point. And one of the things that I've got down here that I wanted to touch base with you about is, you talk about people being busy, right? They're so busy being busy, right?
Yes,
and
very.
this idea, and they're running around and doing all these things.
Mhm.
And kind of the deal that I make, and I know you talk about it a lot, is working in the business versus on the business.
Right.
Talk to us
right.
a little bit about kind of that point from a marketing perspective.
Sure. Well, I think a lot of times, again, people are running around like a chicken with their head cut off,
Yeah.
or the hamster on the wheel type syndrome.
Right,
and
right.
By the end of the day, they're doing this, going here, there, everywhere, and showing their face
Right.
and going to this networking event or this business meeting or what have you,
Right.
or not even seeing the right clientele
Right.
because they really don't understand who the right clients are to go after. Or the environment to be in to find them.
Right.
So by the end of the day, they're exhausted and they go, oh my gosh, oh, I've had such a day. Honey, I was out working all day long and I'm
Right.
just so exhausted. And oh my gosh, now I
Right.
got to deal with these kids.
Right.
And you're like, well, what did you do? Tell me, how many sales did you make today or how much income did you make today? And you're like, well, I was really busy.
Met a great bunch of great people.
Right. I probably got 10 business cards
Right,
today. And,
right.
and really that's not effective
Right.
at all. So what I do, and I come across a lot of people, and we teach them how to work what we call IPAs.
Okay.
Income producing activities.
Talk to us about that.
Oh my gosh, it makes such a difference. So an income producing activity is that you're working the business versus the business working you.
Right.
So you're doing the important things that are in the business that are getting you the bottom line profit.
Right.
You're being productive versus just being lackadaisical, I guess I'll just say. And the other thing is with the IPAs, it gives you a sense of structure and focus versus just checking emails and text messages and making all the return calls and
Right.
so on. Where again, an IPA is, for like a web designer, for instance.
Okay.
A web designer would need to do follow-up calls with people that they maybe did meet at a association event that
Right.
came to them and said, hey, by the way, I need some, can you do this on my website? Or, how can I get a little bit more help with clarifying my message and
Right.
get it out via the web,
Right.
those types of. So following up with those people, making those calls,
Right.
making those appointments.
Right,
It's
right.
not sitting behind emails and let me just, type up a flyer and
Right.
information and then just blast it out to everybody.
Right.
A wedding planner, for instance, a wedding planner that maybe you met some people at this past weekend that you just did a photo shoot at,
Right.
and they went, oh my gosh, your work was so beautiful.
So a photographer, wedding photographer.
I'm sorry,
Yeah, it's
wedding
okay.
photographer.
Yeah.
And they saw your work.
Right.
They saw the excellence that you put into what you do.
Right.
And they said, oh, you know what? I've got a niece that's getting ready to get married
Right.
here in 3 months. Do you mind if we, or I've got my daughter is going to have a bridal shower.
Right.
We would love to, look into your services.
Right.
So you're going to sit down and be productive and proactive
Right,
in
right.
calling those people and following up with those people first.
Right.
Versus, okay, I went to a networking event last
Right.
week and I collected 10 business cards.
Right.
Let me just call these people and say, hey, or just blast them with something.
And I think a lot